Okay. Let's get this murder going. Here we go.
Right.
Finally.
Let us compare this new letter with the second one. Let us examine this more closely. Certain characters in the two letters may have similar defects. Yes, this I is weird. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. I don't see anything in particular. Let us look at another word.
Okay, I wasn't precise enough.
The I characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
I'm sorry.
Yes, the A appears to be quite unusual. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. That's right. The A characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. I have to find some other similar defects to confirm my theory.
The W's? Yeah.
The W is not printed properly. Right. Let us compare this with the other letter. Of course, the W characters in the two letters do indeed have the same defects. My theory was right. These two letters were written with the same typewriter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Why does the murderer warn us so late? Letter C was sent at the right date. Piece of envelope with a wrong address. The letter arrived late because of an error in the address.
The letter should have arrived in time. The postmark shows that it was sent 3 days ago. However, our man made a mistake in the address, which explains the delay. All the same, the post office took their time correcting the error.
Come on, Poirot. Your address is not quite as well known as that of Scotland Yard.
Well, it should be.
Poirot, the telephone. It must be Jap.
Oh wait, I want to observe Hastings.
Hastings, it would appear that you are getting slightly thin on top.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
What Poirot does. Answer the telephone.
I have some news from Churston. Bad news, I'm afraid. Sir Carmichael Clark was murdered while out on his evening walk.
Sir Carmichael Clark. The name is familiar to me.
He was a famous throat specialist, one of the best in London. A wealthy man, he retired to Combside, a beautiful house by the sea. He collected antiques.
Are you going there?
Yes, let's meet on the train.
Churston, Combside, Clark's Mansion, August 31st, 1935.
The victim is called Sir Carmichael Clark, one of the best throat specialists in London. The body was still warm when we found it. If we'd been warned earlier, we definitely could have saved him.
It appears that the murderer made a mistake when he wrote his letter.
A mistake? Lucky for him.
And what if he did it on purpose?
No. He's defined his madcap rules and he's sticking to them. It's a matter of pride for him. Shall we go up to the house, Poirot?
You go, my friend. I will come soon.
Marshall Moustache. Sir Carmichael Clark. A retired doctor specializing in throat and lung conditions. Examine the crime scene, Chapter 3. But yeah, I agree. It's like the rules are set for the game. I don't think the murderer will actually change the rules. Like, that's the whole point of doing this.
Jap has emptied the victim's pockets and has laid out their contents on this piece of wax cloth. It is pointless.
Okay.
An oriental dragon. It's an old piece, much older than the pocket watch on which it was fastened.
Not sure what you want me to look at, Poirot.
Nothing appears to be missing from this wallet.
Ah.
A signet ring, very probably with the Clark family's coat of arms.
1587.
An ABC guide. The murderer's customary signature, covered in blood this time. Apart from the wound to the throat, the body is untouched. No cuts, no bruises. The gravel on the path has been sprayed with blood that covers a conical-shaped area, which starts at the body and becomes wider as it moves further from the bush. Sir Carmichael's throat was cut. It's a clean incision, a professional murder.
Oh, I thought we could actually go this way for a second. I was like, oh no. About 60 years old. Okay.
This place is very calming.
Picturesque rock. Wildflowers.
The site is exceptional. It is easy to imagine that Sir Carmichael used to enjoy stopping here every evening.
Falcon's Eye. Okay.
The body is just in front of a bush. One of the only bushes in the surrounding area.
Area. Okay.
The vegetation behind the bush has been trampled. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
What was Sir Carmichael's position when he was killed? There's a wound with a clear outline. The zone soiled with blood covers a conical-shaped area which extends away from the bush. The body was still warm. Sir Carmichael was wearing a signet ring bearing the Clark family's coat of arms when he was found. The body was found in front of the only bush in the surrounding area. Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush.
Sir Carmichael had his back to the bush when the killer cut the throat from behind. A fatal blow that sprayed blood over a range of more than 1 meter. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
Yeah. Did Sir Carmichael see his murderer? Victim had his back to the bush. Victim only had one wound. Trampled grass behind the bush. Sir Carmichael died without seeing who struck him.
Have you finished, Poirot?
Chief Inspector, many questions remain unanswered, but I am certain of one thing.
The killer's opportunist, the murder was carefully planned.
The killer has prepared his crime very carefully.
Quite right. He must have known Sir Carmichael's movements well to plan such an attack.
Theft could be the motive for the crime. The murder was very violent.
The murderer struck with terrible savagery.
Yes, blood flowed. It's the first time he's attacked a man. He armed himself accordingly.
Have you spoken to the victim's family, Chief Inspector?
I've spoken to the brother, Franklin Clark. I didn't get much out of him. He's yours. I must get the body removed.
I had better go up to campsite.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
To be honest, this inspector seems rather obtuse. I'm counting on your friend Poirot to catch my brother's murderer. Ah, here he is now. Please, Mr. Poirot. Mr. Poirot, this is my brother's secretary, Miss Thora Gray.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Poirot. Would you like some tea?
No thank you, mademoiselle. I find it hard to digest.
All right.
It is not the right time. Hastings does not like very hot tea. He's going to blow on his cup for a good while before drinking. There is something very viril about him.
Well-fastened necktie. Broad shoulders. Tan
Franklin
complexion.
Clark is an adventurer, the sort of man that women like.
What does that mean?
There is something elegant about her.
Well-tailored and very classical style blouse.
She
Understated
has
makeup.
good taste, except perhaps in her choice of jewelry.
Please excuse me, I have to take care of Lady Clark.
It is not the right time.
Fine.
It is not the right time.
My brother's wife is gravely ill. You will probably want to question her, but I fear that it won't be possible today.
Accuse him of preventing Lady Clark from speaking. Insist. Be understanding.
Of course, I understand. Someone set a trap for your brother. Who was familiar with his habits?
Everybody knew he took his evening walk at 8:30, and that he always followed the same path.
Point out that Thor is a suspect. Point out that Franklin is a suspect. Ask if the villagers knew.
And, did people of the village know Sir Carmichael's habits?
I don't know. It's possible.
What were you doing last night?
After dinner, I went to my bedroom. At 11 in the evening, the telephone rang. It was the police. I went to look for my brother.
Ask if it was a dark night. Ask what his favorite book is.
Was it your favorite novel?
The Railway Children by Edith Nesbit. I know it's a children's book, but it's enthralling.
So it was you who found the body.
Yes, along with the gardener.
Have you seen any strangers around the house recently?
No. As far as I know, nobody has been near the house.
Miss Clark.
Oh, Lady Clark must have fallen from her chair. I have to help Miss Grey get her up.
Hastings, while our host is gone, let's examine the drawing room.
Yes.
But, Poirot, a gentleman shouldn't...
I take full responsibility. All you have to do is to leave the drawing room door ajar and let me know if anyone is coming.
Oh yeah, because that's not suspicious. Cool. Inspect the lounge.
A tiger.
Coomside's private collection, purchases since 1920.
Comside's private collection, purchases since 1920. The catalogue for Sir Carmichael Clark's collection. A crane? It is an emperor. His place at the center of the table is probably symbolic. A dragon. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. A turtle. Compass, point to the south. Bronze and magnetite, Han Dynasty, circa 210 BC, purchased in Hong Kong 1935.
Oh, okay, that was the only thing.
There are some very valuable objects here.
Facsimile, south is upward. Traditional Chinese map.
Traditional Chinese map. Facsimile. South is on the top of the map.
Huh. Alright.
The interior is richly decorated.
Embroidered silk wall hanging. Ceramic statuette. Painted wood panel.
Dragon, dragon, dragon. Sir Carmichael showed himself to be very consistent in his collection's theme. I'm not going to leave now.
Yeah, no, I thought so. Okay, what is left?
Are you keeping an eye out, Hastings?
Yes, yes. Come on, be quick, Poirot. It would be embarrassing if we got caught.
Here we go.
Sir Carmichael's collection could rival that of a major museum. It's locked. turtle, the dragon, the crane, and the tiger. I think I've already seen this motif somewhere.
Yes. How do we do this then? I think we're done. Oh. No. It was like this. And come on. Oh. 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 So where's that one? It's not here? Oh, now I see. We just have to match. Okay. Doesn't matter exactly which ones we match. We just have to... Oh, no! I mean, yay! They match. But they're the wrong matches. Aren't there? Aren't they? Oh no, wait, this one.
Position of each motif resembles that of those on the table.
Yes, because the Emperor was like the other way around.
Bang. Could it be this cupboard? This is interesting.
Oh, samurai mustache. Lol.
Ernest Logan, MD, Brighton Cancer Institute, 201 Dusk Road, Brighton, Sussex. To Sir Carmichael Clark, MD, Comsite Churston, Devon. Brighton, 1935, January the 5th. As a man of science, I owe it to you to be completely frank. Lady Clark, your wife is suffering from a generalized terminal cancer. I confess I didn't suspect anything like that during the first exams. But with the test results I have received today, there is unfortunately no place for doubt. I estimate that Lady Clark's life expectancy is no more than 1 year. Hospitalization would not help in her case, so I advise you to keep her at home and provide her with as much morphine as required to ease her last moments. Yours sincerely, Ernest Logan. These daggers are only ceremonial weapons. I do not think that the crime weapon is here.
Here's Miss Grey.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Lady Clark's condition requires regular care. I believe you want to ask me a few questions.
Indeed, mademoiselle. This porcelain is remarkable. Is it old?
It's about 3 centuries old, I believe. Wait, let me find the reference.
She appears to be very flustered.
Where is it? Quick breath.
Just a minute, please, Mr. Poirot.
Partially removed.
She's unable to hide her emotion, and her makeup has been disturbed. I think that this young woman has just been kissed.
Here? Teapot with black dragon, Gangshi period, end of the 17th century. It is a rare piece with unusual colours.
You have a good knowledge of art history.
Acquired while working with Sir Carmichael. I used to help him manage his collection and choose his new acquisitions.
Alright, ask if he gave her gifts, ask if she was embarrassed to be at the service of an elderly man, ask what her relationship was with her employer.
Did you have a good relationship with your employer?
He treated me well, and I am sorry for his death.
Have you seen any strangers hanging around in the past few days?
No. Nobody has been near Comside.
Ask where she was at time of the crime, ask for her version of the facts. I don't know. Huh. I feel like ask for a version of the facts sounds interesting, but I don't know. I mean, like,
Tell me what happened last night.
After dinner? Well, I did some sewing and then I went to bed. I was woken by the telephone at 11. I heard Franklin Clark speaking with the gardener. They left with some lanterns and they found the body.
Ask what she thinks about Franklin, ask the reasons for her aversion to Franklin, ask if she is in a relationship with Franklin.
What are your feelings about Franklin Clark?
What an odd question. Of course I think he's a good man. He's energetic, nice, very sociable.
Miss Grey, if I may be so bold, please do not take offence. My friend has rather unusual methods, but all he wants is to find the murderer.
Yes, I understand. I must rest. Please excuse me.
Earlier, you asked me to watch the living room door for you. I don't wish to be indiscreet, but sometimes a gentleman stumbles upon a secret without intending to.
That is sometimes the case.
And I saw Franklin Clark kissing Miss Grey at the foot of the stairs.
Do you think this is a common occurrence?
No, I saw emotion, intensity. I think it was their first kiss.
Well done, mon ami. Well spotted.
However, I don't think I completely understand this business. Why did Sir Carmichael not defend himself? He appeared to have been active and strong.
The murderer did not give him a chance. Let us try and reconstruct the scene. Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the graveled path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it.
The killer leaves his hiding place on the left-hand side. He walks over the gravel on the path. The noise alerts Sir Clark, who turns around.
No.
Sir Clark was attacked by surprise.
I didn't realize they meant it like
Could
that.
not see his assailant. Let us think again, mon cher.
I didn't think they meant it like that. I'm sorry.
Sir Clark is taking his customary walk. Our killer is hiding behind a bush. The old man walks quietly along the graveled path. Then he turns towards the sea to gaze at it. The killer leaves his hiding place on the right-hand side. He approaches silently over the grass. Then he throws himself on his prey and cuts the poor man's throat. He then lays down the ABC before leaving. Everything appears to match the crime scene, Monsieur Hastings. That is exactly what happened.
Oh, just a minute. I'm getting dressed.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust. A, B, C.
Mr. Kirst, have you recently returned from Churston?
Yes. Indeed I have.
Have you seen the papers? And to think that you might have rubbed shoulders with the killer. Imagine that. Mr. Cust, are you all right? You don't seem well.
My apologies. My throat is burning and my head feels heavy. It's ever since the war, you know. Since my injury, my head has never been the same.
Poirot, it's a pleasure to be with you again after all these years. I looked for a gift to thank you, and I found this propelling pencil.
An authentic collector's item. You spoil me, mon ami.
And you more so by sharing investigations.
Do not underestimate the help you are to me, Hastings. Intellect is not everything. There is also goodwill, and you are not short of that. Later, I will ask you to help me tidy up the room and bring some chairs. Our guest will be here soon.
Ah, is Thora Grey coming?
Naturally. She is a fascinating young woman, n'est-ce pas?
Oh, come on, Poirot. I'm a married man. Miss Grey has already been courted by Franklin Clark. Poirot, our guests will be here soon. We must prepare ourselves.
When is Hastings married?
I should take advantage of the silence to examine them.
Okay. Oh! You've just got a modifiable object. For this, select the object in your inventory. Observe it by pressing Y and press RB. The modification icon only appears when modification is possible. Okay, what's happening here? Observe everybody. Thora Grey, 27 years old, in Andover. Okay, Sir Carmichael Clark's assistant. She's an orphan. She cares for Lady Clark, and she regularly administers her morphine. Franklin Clark didn't know his brother to have any enemies. He has feelings for Thora Grey. Yeah, okay. Pencil mustache. A magnificent pen offered by Hastings. RB. Okay. What are you doing, Poirot? What? Okay. Oh, I got an item. Okay, I see. I got the spring there. Okay. Secret heart. A new spring. Hastings will understand that I have to take this gift apart to help the investigation. Alright.
Sometimes I love a brunette, sometimes I love a blonde. That's what the song says. The song says, sometimes I love a blonde who comes from Eden by way of Sweden. But I am not sure that this blonde is an angel.
Okay. $10 ego points. Alright, awesome.
Donald is always on edge.
Tense hands. Shaving cut. Whoop. Dark circles.
Donald Fraser is very nervous at the moment, even if he's trying hard to control himself. She appears to have taken more care with her appearance than the last time.
Looking at Donald. Earring. Necklace.
She's looking at Mr. Fraser out of the corner of her eye. Did she make herself beautiful for him? I should concentrate on the others. I should concentrate on the...
Okay, I seem to be done here, but sometimes the game just stops doing things automatically, so I don't know.
Franklin Clark always seems at ease, regardless of where he is. Something that's unique to people who travel.
Oh. Okay, what else do I observe here?
Franklin Clark always...
Okay.
I ought to concentrate on my guests.
Oh, okay. That was it.
I wish to thank you all for coming. I wanted to bring everyone close to the victims here in order to unmask the murderer.
Get to the point, Mr. Poirot. What do you want from us?
Ask Megan the reason for this meeting. Tell Megan not to be in such a hurry.
Megan, dear girl, please be patient.
Mr. Poirot, how dare you address me by my first name?
Please excuse me, mademoiselle. What I ask is that you search your memories. The murderer must have left some trace.
Yes, he must have prepared his crimes very carefully.
Tout à fait. He did not get to Bexhill at midnight in order to strangle a young girl whose name by chance starts with P.
Must we go into that?
Small donkey. Agree that the subject creates a feeling of discomfort. Tell Donald to get a grip on himself.
No, of course. Not if it makes you uncomfortable.
Come on, Mr. Poirot. I imagine we all feel terribly uncomfortable about these murders.
It's true. We've to catch the killer, not be spared the gory details.
Mr. Fraser, please get a grip on yourself.
Well, I want to help you, but I don't remember anything else. Nothing I haven't already said.
And you, Mademoiselle Barnard? Did your sister say if she was seeing another man?
She never would have told me.
Urge Megan. Ask Megan why Betty didn't say anything.
Why would she hide the fact from you?
Betty knew I didn't approve of her behavior. Her flirting was spoiling any chance she might have had.
Tell me, mademoiselle, what did you talk about with your sister?
Silly things. Her new dress. She wanted a pair of black stockings to go with it. Mother bought her a brand new pair. The day it happened, she was crying. And to think that Betty never even wore them. Poor Mummy.
Your sister used to sing, I believe. Did she ever perform in public?
She dreamt about it, but she had a very bad cough. It troubled her greatly. She had to cancel auditions and miss lots of opportunities. A pity.
Yes, she sang well, but that doesn't tell us much about the murderer.
Qui sait? In any case, we now have enough information to draw up a relatively precise psychological profile. Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
I'm not too good at those conversations, apparently. Is the killer clever? Letter signed ABC announcing the Andover murder. Killer killed when the street was packed with people is rather bold. The killer is methodical and prepares his crimes meticulously. He never forgets to leave his intriguing signature behind. Without the ABC, we might have suspected Mr. Asher and Mr. Fraser, but by signing his crimes, the murderer is making sure that he is accused. In a way, it's very generous of him. The man seduced Betty before taking her to the beach where he strangled her. A passenger timetable. Maybe the murderer likes trains. Indeed, let us look again at the murder, if you please. You'll see that the murderer carried it out to perfection. Clever. Is the killer sure of himself? Yes. Self-confident. Doing it. Is the killer a seducer? Yes. Does the killer like trains? Probably, yes. Is the killer impulsive? No, he's meticulous, cold. Is the killer generous? Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we can now surmise without too much risk of error that our adversary is calculative, sure of himself, a seducer, of outstanding intelligence, that he has plenty of self-control, and that he likes railways. It's a good start. Other meetings may be necessary. I hope that you will be able to come back again.
Well, it's just that...
Push Mary so that she helps. Ask Mary what is bothering her. Point out that she is short of money for the train.
You do not have the money to pay for the train, is that it?
It's normal that people helping with this inquiry should be reimbursed. Starting with you, Miss Drower. Please allow me to pay for your train tickets.
Oh, sir, I cannot accept.
But you must. Mademoiselle, I may not be rich, but my brother left a fortune which will be mine.
Mr. Clark, that's very generous of you.
Well, someone has to foot the bill. Mr. Poirot, would it be possible for you to come back to Devon? Lady Clark has expressed a wish to see you. We'll adjust her medicine so she'll not be too drowsy.
But of course, I shall come the day after tomorrow if it is convenient. Thank you all for coming. We will meet again soon. The meeting was most fruitful.
Nietje mustache.
Really?
Hastings, I believe now we have everything we need to find a common point between the victims. Now it is time for us to use our grey matter.
Our grey matter. I was so stressed for a second there. I was like,
try
no.
and get our brain cells to work.
I was like, no, is the game over already? No, it is not. Okay, what did the victims have in common? Betty was seeing other men as well as Donald. The body was warm. Betty had a photo of her and Donald. The first victim was called Asher. Mr. Asher took a cough medicine. Mrs. Asher took a cough medicine. Here we go. Mrs. Asher had a violent husband. Donald was a violent man. Betty had problems with her voice. And Sir Carmichael Clark was a famous retired doctor. All the victims suffered from throat afflictions.
The first two victims suffered from bad throat, and that was precisely the specialty of the third victim, Dr. Clark.
We have a lead.
It would pay to take a closer look at the medical records of Dr. Clark's patients.
We'll do so during our next visit to Churston.
I will do it myself, mon ami. You must remain in London just in case ABC sends us another letter.
Very well, as you wish.
Oh, holy crap. What? Oops.
Thank you for coming, Mr. Poirot. Lady Clark is waiting for you in her bedroom on the first floor. Please excuse me, I cannot stay for the interview. I have to take Miss Grey to the station to see our lawyer in Torquay.
Ask if Thora is going on holiday. Ask if Thora is leaving her job.
Are you leaving Churston for good?
Miss Grey very kindly stayed with me to settle my brother's affairs, but naturally she prefers to find a position in London.
Ah, très bien.
I'll be absent all morning, Mr. Poirot, but the nurse is coming soon. She's to ensure that the dose of medicine doesn't make our patient drowsy.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Have a nice trip, mademoiselle.
We have to break episode. Boom! We're done for this one. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see ya.